Donna, you unmuted. Is there something you'd like to talk about tonight as well?
Yes. Hi, Maria.
Hi.
Everybody. You had given us instruction on how to transfer the frequency to to a little metal washer.
Okay.
Remember that?
Yep.
Right. And so I'm showing my ignorance here about metals and things, but can you use copper or not? Because I noticed copper doesn't have to be demagnetized.
Right.
It won't hold the magnet charge. And
right.
so I was just wondering though, does it hold the frequency?
Yeah, and I don't know. I've only used metals that have a that can be shown to be magnetized or that have a magnetic quality. I am uncertain about copper. I know that there are a lot of devices, electroceutical devices that use like the copper rods that you hold, which leads me to believe that it doesn't hold, and it's a conductor, but it doesn't necessarily hold energy. But I am not familiar with that. If anybody on the call knows anything about that, that would be great.
The other question I had was on the ones that you use with the metal, how long does it hold the charge?
You know what, I had told a story of a young girl who, when I worked with her, she was 19. And if she would have been younger, she would have been probably diagnosed far more than just spectrum, probably autistic. And I saw her 6 years later. She was applying for a job upstairs and happened to see that we had moved our office into this building. And she came in and she said, "Hey, I just wanted to let you know that that washer that you gave me that had the charge on it," she said, "I found it in my jewelry box just a while back." And she said, I can still hear, she could hear it. So she could hear the frequency that I put in.
How long was that?
So 6 years later, it was still carrying the same frequency that she could still hear it. She said, "I thought you'd want to know that." And I said, "Oh my gosh, that's awesome to know." But water and metal carry frequency. I just don't know about copper. It's it's conductive, but it's also neutralizer. So not sure on the copper part.
Whenever I tried to demagnetize the copper, realized that wasn't doing it. Then I did some internet search on insulators and conductors and got a little bit of an idea. But then I had ordered that for one of my clients / very best friends. She became a best friend after she became a client. And so anyway, I just got paper clips. I did a couple of paper clips, one frequency on one thing, put a frequency on two different paper clips. And then I gave them to her and she paper clipped them to her bra. And I talked to her a few days later and she said they were working. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. I've had people bring their washers back and then I just demagnetize them and put new frequencies in for them. So I've definitely done that. But it was nice to hear from this young person who could hear it when I put autism, the ohms code from my machine into the washer for her. And she held it up to her ear and she goes, "Oh my gosh, I can hear this." And I said, "You can hear it?" And she said, "You can't?" And I said, "No, I can't hear that." And she said, "Yeah, it's really pretty." So, yeah. So
I have one more question, Maria, and then I think that's it. Did you or Gwen ever find out what the logging meant that's in the settings? And I don't remember if it's in the blue dot or the pink.
It's in the blue dot, activate logging. I do not know.
Okay. I just came across that note and realized I still hadn't got an answer, but I'll ask Lynn.
Yeah, else. I don't think I've heard that on any calls either. I don't recall hearing that from Dr. Martin or Frank or Ken Close. I don't remember them saying anything about that. That might be a really good Tech Tip Tuesday call. And ask them what exactly that's for. And now that you're saying that, I think it's in the pink dot, actually. Thinking
May I ask a question about that meeting that happened yesterday? I don't have the right sign-in codes or anything for that meeting.
For the Tuesday, for the Tech Tip Tuesday?
Yes.
For that one? Your connections, let's go to video. Is it video library that I have that? No, let's go back and go to Zoom calls. So here's Tech Tip Tuesday, 977-9739-9489. And then there is a passcode for that one. So if you go to atp123.com, click on your connections, and then click on Zoom calls and webinars.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you.
So click on that, and then here's all of our calls. Yeah, so everything's
Awesome.
here. So yeah, sometimes Gwen and I unfortunately end up overlapping into this one. But most people can jump off towards the tail end of our Tuesday calls. So, okay, so since Brad asked for, let's go in here. Okay, so we're going to look for the 1099 where you find it. So here you are in your back office. This is my mom's. I know that she already has her e-wallet set up. If you haven't done that, that's a whole nother thing that you need to go. We can go over that if we need to. You're going to go into My Payouts and go into iPayout. Okay. Okay, so down here at the very bottom under My Account, go to My Account and then clear here at the bottom. You can click on this and it'll give you your payout.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, you bet. So again, that's My Payouts and go to iPayout. If you haven't set up your e-wallet yet, once you click into this, it'll be a completely different screen. Hers goes right to it because she's already set up in it, but it will give you a little video to watch on how to set up your iPayout into your e-wallet. And then you will have received an email from them, from the iPayout group, that will have your HPU ID number and your password to get in. You can always go in and change your password, but it will give you a password originally on how to get into your e-wallet. So you'll have to look in your emails for iPayout, e-wallet, almost positive it's iPayout to begin with. And then you'll get your ID and password to get in. And then there are video tutorials on how to maneuver in there. If you go to atp123.com and go to your business, because your iPayout is in your business, and go to your comp plan because it's your compensation, then you'll see down here at the bottom of that is the iPayout stuff. Here's the manual, here's a video, and then here is the 866 or 800 number that you can use to contact them. They also have an online chat that's amazing. They're so quick and they're super helpful. They'll tell you what they're missing. So one of the things that we have learned by going through this is when we set somebody up with an account in Healy, I always ask now, is this the information that you have on your bank account? So if it's Ronald, but you go by Ron, but your bank account is Ronald, then you're going to want to sign up in Healy as Ronald because your bank account and e-wallet and Healy, everything you have in the back office has to match. And if it doesn't, then you have to go through some steps by using customer service at the iPayout to assist you in getting everything correct. It may just be going into Healy and changing various information. Like if your bank account has a different, if you're using a business account, but you're doing personal with e-wallet, they're gonna have your personal information. They want to have your banking information, not your business address. So again, everything has to coordinate. So I start asking now when I sign somebody up, is this the address that you have for your bank account? or, you know, you can always go change it, but I always start with that because then it's just an easy thing. Is this the name on your account? Is this the name on your business or your banking, your checking account that you're going to be using? Just to make sure. So Gwen found that out because she's Gwendolyn. And so she had to go in and change everything to Gwendolyn from Gwen. So, but the 800 number, they're super helpful. So is the live chat. And then here is the video that they have. And then here is the manual. So once you're in, it's pretty easy to maneuver. Doing the funds, you have to, if you're going to do, have them pay your direct deposit into your account, you'll have to fill out an ACH form that allows them to do the transfer. And then you'll have to take a picture of a voided check. You'll have to take a picture of your driver's license. So those things are all required. So when I bring somebody in, before they get to the place where they're going to have their first paycheck or any kind of commissions, I try to help them get set up in that. So it's super easy and they're not waiting on those funds. Once the funds come, they can just be transferred. Any questions on that, on the e-wallet or the iPayout part? No. Okay. What else do we need to look at tonight? Well, you guys are easy. Might be able to go out to dinner. Christina, you had some tech questions. Why don't you go ahead and jump in and we'll see if we can help you.
We submitted the ticket last night to change the email so that Christina received a message that was done successfully.
Okay.
However, Dawn did not get any confirmation on that change of email.
Okay.
She didn't get the email to her email.
So what email was set up with the account initially?
It was my email, and then we put in a ticket to change that email. It's still under her name. But
Okay, so when the account was set up, Christina, you used your email instead of her email.
correct.
Okay. So
Because I knew she would eventually be interested in it, but I wasn't sure. So
okay. Got you. Okay. Okay. So you've put in that ticket, but it said it was successful, but you haven't been able to get in.
well, she didn't try it again today, but last night we couldn't get in.
Okay. So we're going to want to make sure then you might have to put in another ticket just to reconfirm that the serial number on the Healy that came from from the purchase through her account is also connected to that new email and the username. Because those are the two things that Healy uses, is your username and your email. I know it's weird. You should just have an ID number, but they're not there yet. So
Can you ever change the username or anything like that? Or that's
potentially they've said that we can probably do that once we have our new back office, which hopefully that's the beginning of May. I don't know, since they've extended this sale to April 30th. It's very possible that they just still weren't ready with the back office yet.
okay.
To go
Then-
full-fledged into it. So possibly May, but they've said, I'm sure you could ask if, or is it possible to change, to change your username. But in all of the calls, they've previously said that once we get the back office, all of those things will be easier, changing the main information in their platform.
Well, the other concern was it never asked for a master key when we downloaded it on her cell phone. So I don't know where the master key is. And
well, the master key would come in after you've logged in. So it doesn't happen in the download phase. When you download the Blue Dot from your Play Store or your App Store to your phone, that's not where the master key happens. The master key happens when you put in your email and your password and you actually initiate getting in. Then it'll ask you, it'll do the synchronization, and then it'll ask you if you'd like to save your master key. So you didn't even get that far.
No.
Yeah. So that's not an issue at the moment.
what it did say, if I can intercede.
This
um,
is
Mhm.
Dawn, by the way.
what it did say in the communication from the back office communication is that first it confirmed with Christina, if she was to change that email, that would create a new master key. And so she confirmed, yes, that was her intent to change the email address. And I guess from that point, that's kind of where we're left.
And that still happens farther along in the process than you got. So
Okay.
once that email allows you to get in, then the new master key should fall right into place. You'll be able to save it, email it to yourself, save it to a file, and it'll be good.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
So it's just making sure that you've got that email associated with that serial number. And if it doesn't, if it keeps not working, that's probably what my next step would be to put in a ticket that says, could you please confirm that this serial number, Healy, da, 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 is associated with this email and username.
Okay, we also changed the address on there because it was shipped to me, so we made it her address
Yeah,
now.
that shouldn't matter at all, because you can go in and you can change the shipping and the billing address. So that shouldn't matter.
Okay.
But
great.
yeah, so hopefully, I would just keep trying every day, keep trying. And just see if I would say if a couple of days longer have passed and you can't get in, then I would put in another ticket to just confirm. Just resubmit to the ticket that you have. Is the ticket you have still open or is it closed?
I don't know. How do you know? I've never submitted a ticket before, so
How did you go about doing this email change?
We went
in
into
the back,
yeah, it
in
was-
the ATP 123.
No,
the
you would
back-
have gone to your support center.
no, it was there. Yep.
Is this where you'd go?
Yep, it was at the bottom. It was support center, and then
Yep.
I went in to start a ticket, or it didn't say ticket. It said something, or maybe it was ticket.
Submit a new case.
Yes. It was
Mhm.
submit a new-
So
put-
can you see the screen right now?
Yes.
So you see where these all say closed?
Yeah.
Okay, if it still says processing, just click on this and you can then go ahead and communicate with that person. Since this is closed, I need to put in a new ticket. But so see, there's no place for me to put anything here because the ticket's been closed. But if it were open, there would be a spot here for me to actually communicate still with this representative. That would still be an ongoing conversation.
That makes sense. So Christina will later
We'll address
check
it later.
her account to see what that
Right, so
displays.
if you have that ticket and it still says processing right here, click back into it and then just say, could you please confirm that serial number 010101, whatever yours is also connected to the username such and such with email such and such.
Mm,
Does that
okay.
make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, if it's closed, then you're going to submit a new ticket.
A new ticket for what?
A new case, and you're going to say my product, and you're going to say it might be my account. Let me look and see my account transfer. You didn't really transfer the account, you just changed the email. Change of status, that'd be partner. Wrong placement. I would say other. I would say my account and other. I would put in your email here and then the subject, please confirm serial number with this account. And then down here, you would put in your name, username, email.
Or
This is going to be on her account because she's trying to make sure that the new Healy is connected to her account. So this wouldn't be anything that you'd be putting in. Phone and then serial number. And if this is a new ticket, then you're going to put in here your ticket number, previous ticket number, which is going to be the one that we were just at, and it has a ticket number associated with it.
So
Okay.
would you recommend that I submit a new case and and inquire, since she received the notification that it was transferred to me via email, was transferred. So should I submit the new case?
Okay, so yes, if the first ticket was submitted through Christina, then yes, you need to go back in. Can you log in? You're okay logging in.
Yep, I'm there now.
Perfect. Yeah, then I would submit a new case and do just this. Do my account, other, your username, subject, please confirm the serial number associated with my account. And then
Right.
put in username, email, and then down below, you can say the issue was that there was a transfer of ownership or transfer of, it's not, well, it's not transfer of ownership, a change in email. And we want to make sure that the residence purchased with this serial number is associated with this email for login purposes, however you want to say that.
So we want to make sure that the resident serial number is associated with what?
With the
This-
new email associated with this account for login purposes.
So
Okay.
it would be account, other, and then you mentioned some other things. You said it really fast. Previous ticket number, anything else?
Yeah, so you'd put your name, your username, your email and your phone, the serial number of the device, the previous, there wouldn't be a previous ticket number now because that was with Christina. The issue is that you are needing to confirm that your Healy serial number, such and such residence, is associated with the new email given to this account, which is blah, 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 blah. Sorry for the blahs. And then, and that for login purposes, you want to make sure that what they have what the information they have is the same as what you're trying to log in with.
Okay, got it.
Perfect.
And they've been really good about answering. They're answering in a really timely fashion. So
They were pretty fast last night,
yeah,
but
so that's
I
good.
haven't-
Yeah, I've had 24-hour, maybe 48-hour at the most turnarounds. So they've been pretty quick.
That's awesome.
Maria?
Dennis, you have your hand up. Hi.
Hi. How are you? Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you. We've talked on the phone
Oh.
quite a bit. So
I was gonna say, are you Gwen or are you Maria?
I'm Maria.
It says Gwen Foster on your thing.
Oh, let me change it. Let me change it. Rename. This is her Zoom account because she has unlimited and I don't. So we're
Okay.
just sharing. So there you go.
Now, yeah, the voice sounded like Maria, but I don't
You're
know.
like, I think that's Gwen.
I didn't know how close you guys were. Maybe sisters or something. I don't know.
No, sisters at
So
heart,
my-
but we look way different.
My question is about, so I finally got it. It came in, so I was happy about that. You know, my neighbors picked it up for me.
Good.
Haven't taken it out of the box yet, but I'm going to do that. And then I just to clarify, make sure I do it right. I'm good because I want to upgrade to the Resonance,
Okay.
and I just have to go back into the shop
Mhm.
in my back office,
Uh-huh.
go purchase the upgrade in the back office, correct?
Yeah, let me show you where. You'll sign
Okay.
in. It won't say Shireen there. Yeah. You'll have
Okay.
your information there. And then you go to your shop. And then you'll actually scroll all the way down to the bottom where the upgrades are.
Do I have
So
to activate the one I got first?
there isn't
or-
really there really isn't an activation.
Okay.
They scan the serial number off the box when it leaves their warehouse, which attaches it to your, so basically it's there
Pretty-
waiting for you.
Okay.
So it really isn't called activation. It's just your startup and getting you getting your phone and the Healy to sync. But doing that doesn't do anything on their end.
Okay.
Okay, so I can't remember, did you get the holistic health and you want to go to the plus
Correct.
or the resonance?
To the Resonance.
Okay, so you're gonna go to this one, upgrade from the holistic health to the resonance right here.
Okay.
So you'll click on that. And then you'll put your serial number in here.
Okay,
So when you do this, the colons autofill. So you'll just go 01, 01, 01, 01, and then whatever yours are.
okay,
Okay. The last 6 digits are different on everybody's. And then you'll just add to cart. And then actually, let me just do this really quick. 01, 01, 01. Let's just do that. Add to cart. I like totally forgot to take all of my things off of notification. Sorry about that. Okay. Add to cart. Oh, did I just add another one? Okay, so it'll either say view cart here, or you can click here and you can go to, I added 2. Let's just take one out. I got a little jump the gun. There we go. So then when you go to checkout, what you'll want to make sure, and I'm doing this in Microsoft Edge, and then I've had a lot of people on Mac have better success using
Okay.
Mozilla. So Microsoft Edge is a little bit less traveled server. It seems like everything stays the same. So see how my mom's name is still at the top here? It can be kind of glitchy, and what can happen is it'll kick you out. And if it doesn't say your name up here, you're not in your back office shop. You're coming in as a customer, and it'll make you fill out all this information. So when you
Okay.
get here, even though it says 1500 still here,
Mhm.
if your billing information is here and it's all correct, if it's not, click here and it'll allow you to edit. Your coupon should be taken off at the bottom here.
Okay,
See how it's $538.97?
that's perfect.
So since they extended this is the cool part about the Pioneer program. If you've been in and you were able to get some other free units based on your sales, that like I will be getting a holistic health. And if I get that prior to the end of April, or April 30th, I get that prior to that, I would be able to come in here with a free device that Healy gave to me for playing the game and upgrade that to a residence for $538. So
Wow.
yeah,
Before the end of April, right?
April 30th, I think is the new date they've given us. Now, I don't know if they're going to send out those free devices that we won in the Pioneer program. I don't know if they're going to send those out prior to the end of this. It would be smart for them to do it because they'd be getting some more money, at least pay for the cost of their products. But if they do, there's probably going to be a lot of people that are pushing for upgrades, which is great. The free units that they send out on your fast start, you don't know when you're getting it. All of a sudden, you just get an email that says, "Congratulations, you've been awarded a unit and it's on its way, and here's the tracking number."
Well,
So
so far that has not happened, so.
yeah, it hasn't happened for any of us yet. So that's why I say I don't know that they will be sending them out before the end of this sale. I don't know if they're going to do that or not. I think they should, because they would receive more money from people making upgrades, but they may not do that. They may choose to send all of those out in May or June. Well, we may
Okay,
not
if
we may
you
not
do
see them.
that, you better upgrade before the end of April.
Any unit you have right now, you should upgrade before the end of April. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
So
thank you.
you bet.
Maria, can I talk about the battery for a second?
Sure.
Okay. You may or may not recall that I had asked several battery questions over the last few weeks and had sent in probably about 14 different tickets with something wrong about every 2 or 3 days about the battery. But in time, I mean, now they're having me send it back. They gave me an RMA. But I just got the new Healy with my new free residence from the fast track.
Okay.
And okay, the original problem started out because I did not get instruction from my upline that the Healy battery was not like other batteries and you don't charge it overnight. And so then I did charge that for 3 weeks before I was told anything different, had it charged overnight. And now with this new one, it's like, and I was also told that when it's done correctly, you charge it initially the little booklet says 1 to 1.5 hours, I think. And then, but my upline said 3 to 4 hours. And so I just charged it until the light went off this time on the new one.
Perfect.
And then, but I was told that once it's charged correctly the first time, it should last for 2 days. But that hasn't even been happening with my brand new one. The next day, it runs out of battery, and I would charge it for, I charged it up for an hour, and then I just took it off and wanted to see what the reading was, because but with my other one, I could charge it for an hour or 2 hours or whatever, and it would still say the same thing. But anyway, so now with the new one, if I charge it for 1 hour or 1 hour and a half, it will say that it's 100%,
Okay.
but it's still not lasting 2 days.
Okay.
Is there
So-
anything?
So I usually get 6 to 8 hour-long sessions out of my in the Pink Dot app. Okay. After I've swiped my phone closed. If I end up leaving my phone on, and so my Bluetooth is still active, I get maybe 4 sessions. So there's a lot of people out there that are using the resonance to vibrate to people. Well, in that instance, you're using using two different LEDs. You're using your Bluetooth LED and whatever energy that is, and your green dot LED. And so I think some people are using their Healy in a grander fashion than maybe it was maybe designed for personal use, because we have people, giving sessions across the country or to all their friends and neighbors and whatever. So how are you using your Healy?
Okay, I am using it like you are instructing me to do, in that I do close the app.
Okay.
Every once in a while, what was really confusing to me before you told me that, and I think I still need a little clarification, is that whenever I would close the app and then I would come back, because the Healy was like 5 minutes or 10 minutes away from being done because I'd set a timer.
Right.
Well, I would open up that app, and that little circle, that black circle or gray circle or white, whatever it decides to be that day, that would, on most of them, would have moved 10 minutes or maybe about a third around that circle. And so, that was really confusing me, making me think, well, is it even working? But going by, once it's loaded up, and as long as the Healy is blinking, you know that it's been loaded up successfully, because the line went all the way across and it said that it was transmitted.
Right.
And then the Healy green light was blinking, and I've checked it multiple times, because of all the problems I've been having with all that. And so, and then it went off. So I'm trusting that I am actually getting all of these programs, because if I go back to open the app up, whether I open it up afterwards, after it's done well, not after it's done the program, but at any
Right.
moment before it says it ends, it doesn't look like it's even done it.
And so is the new one doing the same thing?
The new, okay, yeah, yep. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I've been running both of them off and on just to see what's going on with the new one. And yeah, I think it's the app thing. It's not really the Healy thing. It's the app.
Yeah, because it's.
And my new downline was complaining too, because she ran a program at her home, and then she closed the app and went to her daughter's house, which is somewhere else in their city, and then opened a program up to run for her daughter. And in both of the cases, when she was at her house and when she was at her daughter's house, the circle didn't look like it was really moving.
And
yeah, and here's another one that was funny. A couple of days ago, I opened up the Pink app on my original tablet, And I was browsing through looking for something, and I saw a, I wrote a note about it, and then I just threw it away because I couldn't remember what the rest of it was. But one of those programs had, you know, where you press the button to press it, like you press pure or whatever to open that up, to
Mhm.
load it. Well, this one, where you see where you would press pure in the program list, this one had it looked exactly like the program was running. It had a black line going all the way around the circle, right in the say the pure icon. It wasn't the pure, but just to give you an example. And so I thought that's really weird. So I pressed it, and there it was. It was still looking like it's trying to run it. And I have uploaded a new pink app before, so.
Okay.
These are
So,
some weird ones, aren't they?
right. So when you get done, like right now, don't know, you can see a circulation. I've got the black dot, and I mean, I've definitely transmitted it. It's completely done. And
Right.
now I'm going. So you've gotten to this place where the icon is kind of beating like the heartbeat, and
Yeah.
you start to
In
see the
fact, what
black
I
line
do-
or the white line or whatever.
In fact, what I do is whatever time it starts out with, I wait exactly 1 minute till it changes to the next time before I close the app, just in case it didn't, you know, I was closing the app too early.
Right.
But that didn't make a difference either.
So that to me sounds like it's going to be a connection issue once you go back in. Because if you have transmitted to your Healy and your Healy's blinking, and the transmission, the progression bar didn't take 10 minutes, it still took that, 30 seconds, whatever, and you swiped your app closed and it was still blinking, it was delivering. So it seems to me like maybe you have connection issues getting back in to the app.
Okay, that's possible. I was on Facebook today, and I have no idea why someone was right there posting the same kind of question that I was, about the app doesn't look like it's really moving after you load it up. And I just answered, I said, all I know is that I'm just trusting that if the blinking light is on the Healy and it loaded the program, that it doesn't matter what's going on with the app.
And you're still feeling sensation, correct? You've got it on your electrodes or your wristbands?
I don't do it to where I feel a sensation.
Okay.
So in the very beginning, I went all the way up to 100 just to see what was going on,
Right.
and make sure that was working, but I haven't gone back and done anything like that. So maybe
Right.
that's what I should do to make sure that it is transmitting whenever I get these weird things in the app. I should probably check that, huh?
Well, and usually that's what Gwen and I find is that the majority of the time it's not a Healy issue. It is a connection issue, and there's interference or there's something going on that's keeping the phone, the device you're using with your Healy of integrating and reading properly. It's what we find the majority of the time. Usually it's not a Healy issue. So
Well, this is a tablet that has nothing on it. The use of this tablet is 100% for Healy, and nothing is open. So,
Yeah.
but what you're saying is it could be a Wi-Fi issue.
could be a Bluetooth or a Wi-Fi issue that's just not transmitting the accurate progression of those programs once you get back in.
Yeah.
And I'm fortunately,
but-
I don't know how to help
if
you
you
on
can-
that one.
But you can say with certainty that as long as the Healy is blinking and the program was transmitted successfully, then I really shouldn't worry about what's going on with that.
Yeah, but what you could do is you could go ahead and before you close your phone, is go ahead and bump it up to, if it's normally you have it at 15% or lower because you're sensitive, bump it up to 25 or 30% so that at some point during the progression of that program, you will hit a frequency that your body goes, oh, it's on, I feel it. You know,
Okay, yeah,
so
that's a good double check.
that's what I used to do when I would leave my phone in the car and go shopping. Is I would bump it up until I felt it and then come back down to where I could just barely feel it, knowing that through the progression of that program, I was going to get a little bit more sensitive to the frequencies that were coming on. And so then I'd be walking through the store going, oh, yep, it's still running because I just felt it. And so that might be a way for you to just ease your mind that your Healy is still delivering, but that probably it's more of a connection issue.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I feel a lot better now.
Try that and let me know, because I mean, obviously if it really be incredibly bad luck to have 2 Healys in a row that weren't functioning right.
Absolutely.
So now, as far as the battery, have you been able to see anything different on this new battery?
Well, like I said, it's not lasting 2 days after the first charge, and but I'm going to go by what you're talking about, the 8 to 10 programs you said in a day.
Probably, yeah, probably not. I don't get 8 to 10. I probably get more like 6 to 8.
6 to 8.
If I'm really good about quickly shutting off my phone and getting out of that Bluetooth. But if, I know there's people, if they're doing a lot of vibrating, it doesn't last that long. So.
Yeah. Okay. All righty. Well, that's all good advice. Thank you, Maria.
You bet. You bet. Okay. What else can we cover today? I'm going to read these really quick. My first time on this call. Hi, Margaret. Getting acquainted. Yay. Where do I find the Aura to run? I also have seen the pink dot or the blue dot. I ran the newest download today. Thanks for your help. So on the Aura, it's going to be on your main screen. I just got out of that, but it's going to be on the main screen. And we just did a blue dot. Let me just get there really quick so you can see it. I'm going to go to youtube.com. Okay, so here I am in YouTube, and then I'm going to type in Gwen and Maria 2020. Hit enter, and that's going to bring up our little icon here, Gwen and Maria 2020. And so when you click on that, here's all the videos. So last Tuesday we did a pink dot app startup from start to using it, and last night we did the blue dot. And then I went ahead and put in here the progressions. Oops, sorry. I put the progression down here, or the timestamps of everything. So you can look and see, down here is the Aura scan. So you can click on that one and it'll take you right to Aura scan. Let me go back a little bit. You can see how much I spliced this one up. Let me come back here. Let's rate it here. Okay, right there is where I want to stop. Okay, so right here is the Aura analysis. And so from this point in the video, she clicks here and goes in how to run an Aura scan. So that would probably be the best thing, because she goes into really in-depth detail, and then we talk about the Aura and the chakras and how they work together. So that would be a great place for you to go and see that. Margaret, if you're talking, you're muted. Can you unmute if you're talking to me? If you're not, that's okay too.
Ding.
There we go. Hi.
Hi. Wow, this is so exciting and slash a little frustrating.
Yeah, there's a learning curve for certain.
Yes, gee, manitely.
Yes.
I'm thinking, can I teach people this? I don't know.
Well, and that's why when people say that, we have 6 different devices that we loan out to people, I never loan out the blue dot. I never loan any of my devices out that are resonances. I never have them download the blue dot app and do resonances.
I don't understand that. I don't understand that. What on earth is a blue dot and pink dot? When do I find that out? I just bought a resonance.
Okay.
And so is there something I'm supposed to go back in and download other things? I've been using it today. I just
Okay.
received it yesterday.
So you have the blue dot app and the pink dot app both downloaded to your phone, and you
No, I don't know about them. Am I supposed to go download them
yeah. So
from
let's
what? The
yeah. So
back
let's go look here.
office?
So you have so this is a website that we put together back in May and June. I think I spent 6 weeks straight in front of the computer putting this together.
Bless you.
Chris and I did it. I know it's definitely a good resource, but we knew that we needed help because we had all of these different places that we were trying to grasp information from. And so we knew we
Right.
needed a place to come. So for you, if you just received your Healy, you can click right here. So you go to atp123.com
Okay.
and this will be
Yes.
your home page.
Yes.
And then if you click
Oh,
here-
that's my homepage now?
well, no, this is our website that we put together.
Okay.
Your homepage for your back office will look like this.
Okay.
Okay. So, and we can go into that too if you need that, but this is just the website that we put together that has your first steps, your connections, your business aspects, and then your device. But here on the front page, I put just received your Healy, click here. And then it tells you what you need to do. You need to go and download your pink dot app and your blue dot app. So do you have an iPhone or do you
I
have
have an
Android?
iPhone 12. So do I go to the home office to download those or
No,
what?
you're going to go to your app store on your phone.
Okay.
Yep, you're going to go to your app store on your phone, and all of these have great videos on how to do that. Like here is this one. Let me just click on it.
Mm.
This guy's unboxing it from start to finish. And then if you follow the progression in here, like right here, he's starting to download or to look
Okay.
at it. He's going to his, going into his app store and he's putting in Healy app. This will be for the pink dot and it'll pull up the pink dot. So you see the pink dot.
So how do I know I have a pink dot? So I downloaded the Healy app.
Yeah, it's in your Healy app. So if you have an app on your home screen that shows that shows this little pink dot or the
Okay,
gray.
that's what you're calling the pink dot, is the one that shows the pink up there.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep, and then as we move on, he'll show where it is. So it's right there. It should look like that on your screen. So somewhere on
Look
your
like
phone,
that.
do you have something that looks like that?
Healy, let me see. Well, I'm using my phone for this. I downloaded the Healy app and
Okay,
I
good.
downloaded the Healy,
Analyze.
I bought a resonance, so I downloaded
Perfect.
the other one.
So you
figuring I
should
needed it.
have one that shows the pink dot and you should have one that shows you should have these two, the pink dot and the blue dot on your phone.
Oh, I don't have a blue dot.
Okay, so you're going to have to go back to your app store and you're going to type in Healy Analyze app.
Okay, well, I have that. I just haven't opened it.
Okay, so but you have the icon on your screen. On your
Right,
home,
that's
on
the
your
blue
phone.
dot?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep. Yep. So then we just did that last night. We just did this whole video on starting from scratch with your phone on what to do. So
Okay.
let's in a little farther, but yeah, we going to the app store, getting your analysis or your analyze app for your resonance. So you could just literally just watch this video. And then there's another video that I found that she does a great job. And I also put that in the download here, this one here.
So,
when
so these are now on the ATP app, webpage?
Both there and on our YouTube channel. Yep.
Wow, you guys are fantastic.
We
If,
try.
I just don't have to know where to look. And
So have you done anything with your, have you done anything with your Healy as far as applying it to yourself?
Last night I did 2, and then today I've done 3 of them, just trying to
Awesome.
get acquainted with it.
Okay, so you've done the pink dot.
Using the wristbands. I don't
Okay,
know.
perfect.
Yes, I think the only thing I've used is the pink dot.
Yep, the pink dot has all the program list that you get to pick which
Okay.
program, right?
Okay.
And then the blue
yeah.
dot will be the one that we were just talking about that shows this screen that you can do the resonance scan. So this will definitely be where you want to go, is go to YouTube
Oh,
and
oh,
go to our channel, the Maria and Gwen 2020, up here, Maria and Gwen 2020, click search, and it'll take you back to our homepage, which I'm actually signed in. So let me go back
And-
here.
and that is all on that, when I click on that blue dot version?
Yeah, so this right here, and it'll take you through the whole thing.
Wow.
Yep, so it'll go like right here, she's getting ready, she's putting a client in. So it'll show
Oh
you
my
how to,
goodness.
it'll show you how to do all of that. We went through the entire thing.
Okay.
Yep.
The person who enrolled me is in Switzerland.
Okay,
So there's the time difference and all that, but she's plugged me in
well, good.
as
I'm
well as
glad.
possible.
Yeah, so there's
Um,
definitely these two resources. If you go to, our Zoom, and
Oh, wow.
there's so many more. There isn't just us. It's not like we're the only ones
Yeah.
out there now. There's a lot of great information.
Right.
But since you're tapped into us, you can at least start here. You at least have two places you can start. Then you can expand
Right.
out from there.
Right. Oh
Yeah.
my God. That should be very helpful. I appreciate it so much.
Yeah, the resonance is really is just such a great asset, because you're putting your people in. Here's what that the database in that looks like. Is everything below from the gold down. When you scroll, all of those are in the pink dot. And then all of these, you end up just vibrating to yourself or to your families and friends, whoever your client is. And that's
Okay.
delivered through the cloud. So that's the quantum medicine that has been in
So-
Europe and in all these wonderful countries, except ours, because we're slow and we like to keep people sick. I may have to edit that out. I may edit
I
that part out.
understand. But okay,
yeah.
so I use the one that's what you're referring as the blue dot. That's what I haven't understood, is how do I do distance? Because I've been using the wristbands on myself.
Right. So if you go watch this and a couple of the other videos that are mentioned, you will have a better understanding of how to do the Blue app. And yes, you can definitely put people in as clients. And she shows in this video. In fact, if you scroll down and you click on show more, then it'll say here, I tried to put everything in that we talked about. Adding a client is right here. So if I click that, then it'll take me right to the little home icon, and that she would click that. So from here, there, she's going to add a new client. So she's going to click up here. She's talking through it. I have the volume down so it's not distracting in my background, but she'll click add a client, and then it'll pull up a long list of things that you can choose. You can choose a building or a home. She choose person. You can do your animal. You can do a plant or a field. So she's choosing person, and then she's going to tap up here and she'll put somebody's picture in there, whoever, I think it's her granddaughter that she does. And then you fill in the name, the date of birth, place of birth, male or female. So here she's going to find a
Maria?
photo. Yeah.
What did on my app the birth date? If I put up someone's birthday, like in 1936, I have to hit that thing 1,000 times.
No, you don't. That's the cool part, is you just tap the year. Now when she pulls this up, let me go forward a little bit.
How do you just get to the year?
Okay, so on my Android, if I tap up here, it takes me to this, and then you can scroll.
Oh, I don't see that on mine.
Do you have an Android?
Yeah, an Android.
Okay, so at the top left, there's going to be the year. It's going to say 2021. If you just tap the year really lightly,
Are you in the Blue app?
that would be in the Blue app.
Okay, I'm going to turn mine on. I'm going to look and see this because
Yeah. So this is a little bit different. She has an iPhone, and I think it's an iPhone, but on
have
mine, on my Android, my date is up here. It says 2021. And if I just tap on that, it'll bring up a scrolling. So you can just go to 1966 or whatever was another great year for you. That's my
Okay.
great year.
it doesn't matter that you get the person's exact birth date, just get the year.
No, but you can set the year, and then you can scroll through the months and get the exact date.
Oh,
You want the exact date. This just keeps you from having to hit that back button through all the years, all those times.
Yeah, good. I'm
Mhm.
glad.
Yeah,
I had
somebody,
to tell my downline that, and she thought I was crazy.
yeah, somebody figured that up. And
Yeah.
I think it was Gretchen. We were somewhere and she just happened to tap the year, and I was like, oh, there's a scrolling thing so you could find the year a lot quicker.
Okay, I have my tablet open. Where in the Android did you say to go to do that at birth year thing?
So you're gonna go into add a client,
I'm there.
okay, and then you're gonna click on date of birth.
Okay. Okay.
And then do you see where it says the year? Does it say the year in the top left?
Yeah, 2021.
So just very gently click on that year.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Click
You
on-
are brilliant. That is so cool. That,
Yeah,
thank you, thank you.
when we found that, we were very, very happy.
Hey, I get to tell my upline something. He did.
Yeah, and I like on Gwen's phone, what we were just showing, it was a little bit different. But in the Android, it should be in the upper left-hand corner. It says the year, and then you just click on it and it opens up the drop down or the scroll. You can scroll through and get your year really fast. But then it allows you, once you click the year, now you can go in and find the month and the date.
Right, great. When are
Hey,
they
Em-
going to, you know, those the menu on the house and the lightning and the setting?
Uh-huh.
The fact that they don't show up confused me at the very beginning too, because also because I thought that if it wasn't showing up, that it was not activating. I mean, you couldn't press it and do anything, but you actually press it and then it shows up,
Right, right. So the house that's on the screen right now brings you to this page right here. If you click on the house, it brings you to your clients and lists. But when you first open up your Blue app, it's going to bring you to this page. This is
Right.
basically, even though that has a house, sorry, it's taking a little bit long to load it. Come on. There we go. When you open up your Healy for the first time in the Blue app, this will be the main screen it goes to. Even though this looks like it should be home, this is the main screen that opens up. So this little heartbeat button here, or the scanner button, is really where you do your work. The home icon is where you find your clients and your lists, and then the gear is where you go to the settings.
Wow.
So if you want to turn off the notifications, if you want to turn off the sound, resave your master key, all of that is in that gear box, the little gear icon.
And Maria, was that tip on the birth year, was that just for Androids? Is because my downline has an iPad.
Well, in Gwen's, let me see if I can find that again where I was, that she picked a client. We were going through a lot of stuff here. Let me come back down here and say, add a client, adding a client. Okay, so if I click this, let me see if I can find her birth year now. She's finding a picture. I know she went through here to find a picture, and then I think she did the picture first. So let me scroll past. There we go. There's that screen. So she clicked on, I'm pretty certain she clicked on this one. No, she's going through. Let me see if we can see where she clicks to get to. So I don't know where she clicked. I don't know if she just clicked on the date again, because she's going back now to April 16 or August 6, 2016. I don't know if she clicked on date of birth up here or if she clicked on, so they'll just have to just know that there is a spot
Click
that,
around.
that they have to click something. I just know my Android, it was really easy. I just clicked the year. Once we found it, that was easy.
Yeah, okay.
So
It's
yeah, this
convenient
is
when they don't have them all lit up,
right.
When they press the color, then that does make you think that it's not, you can't do anything with it.
Right. Yeah. No, it's there. You just have to activate it. Yeah. Click on it.
Can I ask you another question?
Sure.
Okay. Well, one of the reasons I bought this, I was hoping to help some people in my
Mhm.
family. My sister and her husband both have the pacemaker defibrillator, and
Okay.
I'm just certain whether there's any help I can offer them.
There is, you want to only use the device itself. You wouldn't want to run any microcurrent. And anybody that has any type of device in their body that regulates systems through electrical pulse or battery operated or anything like that, you do not
Mhm.
want to run, you do not want to run the cables. You just want
Okay,
to, you just
just
want to run the
with
device without the
remote.
cables.
Okay, it would be remote. Okay,
Or if they have one, you can set this near them and it's emitting from here too in the pink dot.
okay,
So when
In the-
you're hooked up to the cables and you're running the pink dot on your Healy and the green light is flashing, you are sending frequencies out into the room through this
Yeah.
device.
And so it's affecting people besides myself?
Yes,
if
it
they're-
is. When we do a Healy party and we've got 3 or 4 Healys going in the room, it's a very happy room.
I
People
wanna
don't
go
want to leave.
those.
People don't want to leave. We're like, okay, we're kind of done with the party now. Yeah, people don't leave. But yes, so
I
the
thought
Healy
I thought it just went to the person that you had assigned it remotely.
in the blue app. Yes.
Okay.
In the pi-
Okay, you're talking pink.
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
Pink Dot app, they could use the device. They just wouldn't want to use the cables.
Right.
And they would want to
So-
have it on the lowest frequency, 15% or lower. Just a subtle influence into their information field. Margaret, did you have another question?
Yes, I do. I so appreciate your help here. Back in the very beginning, you were talking about sending frequencies to metal and then giving it to people. And
Mhm.
I don't expect you to start from the beginning on that, but where would I find information on that?
Great. So let's go back to, we're going to go to Gwen and Maria again, YouTube. And now you're going to click on the Pink Dot app. So click on that one, that video. And I did that very at the tail end here. I actually shared my overhead camera
Gwen
and yep, and showed how to go through using the pink dot to put, I think I was putting positive thoughts into stuff. So let me just click through this really quick. I have positive thoughts uploading to my Healy right now, and I'm putting in the cables. Okay, and then I have these clips. Let me go back here real quick. I don't think I've shown the clips yet.
How are you putting positive thoughts with a Gerbovi number?
Nope, it's in the jobs and sleep. Pretty
Oh,
sure it's in jobs. There's the clip. So these are the clips I bought on Amazon.
Look,
They have the little button that goes
It's like
into the end
paper-
of. I'm over talking somebody. Say it again.
it looks like a little paper clip. Are they designated as a special clip?
Yeah, and I'll show at the tail end where
Okay.
you get them. But that's just a little clip that has the snap button that our
Okay.
cables fit on really nicely.
Huh.
What did you say was in job or sleep regarding the,
Positive thoughts. I'm pretty sure it's in job.
you run, that's a program you run.
That's the
Okay.
program I'm running. I just decided to put positive thoughts into the earrings that I that I was gonna do. And so basically this is the tail end of that video, and I'm showing how to then run that microcurrent frequency into different things.
Wow.
Yeah. So lots of ways that you can use this cool little device.
And it affects people even if they're not
Mm-hmm.
asking for it.
Yes, it does. So there I have a magnet, and then I'm just demagnetizing anything that I decide to put frequency into. I just demagnetize it. Take any frequency that might be on there, any vibration, energetic or other that might be on that, taking that off. I just got that at AutoZone, I think.
AutoZone?
Mm-hmm. That telegraphing magnet. Yeah, just because it's a really, really strong magnet. She gets hers
Wow.
from Dollar General, I think, those little oval kind of gray ones. But so then I use the clips and then I just clip them to the metal.
Is that like an iPad or something you're putting that on?
It's just a steel plate that I have on
Oh.
there. Yeah. Doesn't have to be, you don't have to have that. Yeah. So now that those earrings got a whole session of positive, well, not a whole session, but got some positive thoughts put into them. And then see the washer is up here. It's just a metal washer that I get at the hardware store. And that's usually what I have going for people in here is, you know, whatever we're running, I'll have them hold a washer and with the clip, and then they're getting a session, but they're also getting something they can take with them. So if somebody doesn't have a Healy, you could send them a piece of jewelry or this. I mean, what I'm talking about here is if, let's say you had a hard time sleeping, you could pin that to your pajamas, put it in a pocket, put it in your pillow, put it near you somewhere so it's near your person. And then you're getting that sort of like a homeopathic treatment all night long.
Wow.
And then at the tail end of this one, I show where to get it. There we go. This is just on Amazon. Put in ECG or EKG slip clips, and then you can buy them there.
Wow.
Yeah,
Tonight.
you bet. Christina, you've had your hand up. Do you still have a question?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, the first question, we have 5, and I think they're probably quick questions, hopefully. The
Okay.
first question is, what's the benefit to the isolated or direct connect versus sending it without having the direct connect?
That's a loaded question.
Oh, it is.
Okay, so first off, a couple of things. It's the sensitivity of the person and what they respond to. And so it's really personal preference at that point. There is a huge benefit to microcurrent. Microcurrent has been studied for years, and its benefits, health benefits are amazing, astounding. So I have been a big proponent of using both because that's how it was designed by medical biochemists, whatever they are, brains bigger than mine, that they have put together hertz frequencies and microcurrent to be delivered to the body at the same time. I think there's a huge, hang on just a second, let me mute. I think there's a huge benefit to that. So I am a proponent of wearing my Healy with the cables, and then I also, on occasion, will vibrate to myself, not all the time. I don't do it every day, maybe a couple of times a week. I have a prosperity one that I send to myself, and then I may find out, you know, what was going on with my chakras or my aura and whatever. So I will do that, but I'm certainly not doing that every day, probably a couple of times a week.
Okay, and that was one of my questions was, let's say, whether I run it on myself or somebody would like 2 or 3 treatments in one day. Is that suggested?
Well, they recommend 2 to 4 microcurrent and Healy programs per day.
Okay.
If you're sending to the information field, I think that you can do a lot more, a lot of different programs. I wouldn't send the same program for an extended period of time. I wouldn't send the same program over and over again unless it's a chronic issue that that person needs help with, you know, all day long. Like, let's say somebody broke their femur and they need bone healing. Then yeah, you might want to send throughout the day, you know, 37-second or minute and 1 minute 27 or 20 seconds of, you know, the bioenergetics or something that you found in the amino acids or whatever you might want to, or if you make your own, you could do that. Go
Is
ahead.
the microcurrent associated with the pink app or the blue?
Pink.
Pink.
The cables are the microcurrent.
And so what is it called for the blue?
Hertz, right?
Well, you're basically just, it's a frequency vibration that they're sending out. So I'm sure there are hertz frequencies attached to it, but it literally is just, and it's an information field, it's an information vibration. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm sure that there's hertz, but I have a feeling there's a lot more than that because it's being delivered from the cloud and to the person's information field. That's the quantum medicine. That's the ooga booga that we that we haven't
Yeah.
grown up with here in the United States because of the forces that be. So anytime something comes into your information field, it transmutes then down into the physical part of you. So it can change things physically very quickly, or it can take a long time, just depending on what it is that you're sending and how sensitive the person is to feeling the
Thank you.
difference.
Second question was, when with the new client and we talk about like a family,
Okay.
whose information do we put? Do we have to put every family member's information?
So if you're going to do them as a group, then you're going to, let's see here, let me go back here. If you're going to do them as a group, see if I can get it here where she's.
Oh, that's under the Blue Dot app startup.
Mhm.
Okay.
Let me,
Do
okay,
you have to have
so
a current picture for a group, or could it be like the last Christmas that y'all were all together or something?
yeah, so there's a lot of chat around the newness of a picture. Certainly the most recent picture is going to be the most helpful. However, even if you have a picture that's 10 years old, that's that person. What we're really looking for is the quantum blueprint of that person. So the
Yep.
picture and the name, the date of birth, place of birth, all of those are super identifying for that person. There isn't another person on the planet Earth that's like that. So a picture is just a representation of the blueprint. The more current, probably the better, if you want to look at it that way. But I don't get hung up on that. I'm looking at, this is that person, whether it was me 30 years ago or whether it's me today or 10 days ago or today, it's still me. It's still my energetic field. The information in my field might be different, but that's not what we're trying to get after. We're trying to get after the blueprint of the person. So I think people get hung up on the picture part. You'll hear that a lot. It's got to be a new picture. I don't necessarily subscribe to that. So it's a picture. It's a picture of the person. If you're doing a family, a group photo, certainly you want all of them in there. And then here on the screen, you would pick group. And then it would say, I can't remember if she clicks on group here. Let's see if she clicks on group at any time. But if you click on it, it'll give you all the identifying markers of that. It would be, the formation of the group. So where they're living. I don't think she does group on this one. No,
Okay,
she
so
doesn't.
it'll walk you through. If I select group, then it'll walk me through what's required.
What you need. Yep.
Oh,
And you could put, the Wilson family that lives in, Deerfield, Illinois, whatever, you could do the identifying markers that way.
okay.
Yeah.
And then for the new clients, what is the least amount of information you have to have? Meaning, if you don't know the
Picture
their
and
birth-
picture name.
picture, that's the least amount. Okay.
If you don't have a picture, it's their name, their birth date, and their place of birth.
Okay, so long as picture and name, that sequence is good. If not, we need the name, birth date, and location of birth.
Mm.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay, and then the probes on that little clip that you showed.
The cables.
Uh-huh. Oh, the cables, yes. Do you need, can I just use one of those? But if I had two of the white strings, or two white cords, I guess you call it.
Well, in order
Would-
to
would I-
complete the circuit, because this is microcurrent, so it's creating an electrical current.
Oh,
So you want on the person, you want those to be connected somehow, whether it's two wrist straps or two electrodes.
gotcha.
Now
Okay.
you could have an electrode on one person, an electrode on the other, and at least if they were touching feet or hands or something, you're still creating the circuit. You just have to complete the circuit.
That makes sense.
Because if you
Okay.
if you took these off, let me find my other ones because I don't really want to take mine off.
Somebody else was asking, oh, don't you need a whole body picture? You don't need a whole body picture. The face is good enough, right?
Face is good enough. That's usually what we use. Yeah, people get really hung up on the picture for some reason, and Gwen and I are like, can we stop talking about the picture? It's just a picture. Okay, so you'll find out that Gwen and I are like that. But you could take a piece of metal, you could take a knife or something. In fact, they show that, put a knife in here and click it, and your circle will turn white when you're running it.
Oh,
Because
wow.
you're completing the whole, it's a circuit.
Yep.
It's the whole circuit.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep, okay. And then
So if I
Christina
put the clips on and I have a clip on this side and a clip on that side and I touch this, I can totally feel the current because the circuit's completed and now I'm part of it and I'm feeling it.
Wow, that is amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, last question.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead.
Oh, did anybody get the Coherence program yet?
I've had it. Yep. I've been running it once a day.
And
It shows
what,
up in the bioenergetic boost.
okay, what if
program
mine, does-
page.
I need to do an update on mine to get it?
Possibly. Yeah. They're rolling them out 10,000 at a time. And I don't know how many days in between. So I just happen to be, I don't know if it's because my last name is Boldry. I don't know, or if they're going by date. I'm not sure. But I got mine a number of
And-
days ago. I think this is my sixth day, sixth day of running it. Brad, do you have Coherence yet?
I don't have it yet.
I'm
Is that in
sorry.
the pink? only?
Today on the Healy Global thing, webinar or Zoom, I'm thinking they said it would be another 3 or 6 weeks before everybody would have it, but they were
Yeah.
putting out 10,000 a day.
10, yeah, that's what I heard too. Yeah. So, so it'll come and it'll show up in your bioenergetic support full category in your pink dot and your files where you see all your programs. It'll be down at the bottom in that aqua green colored bioenergetic support. And so that, remember that bioenergetic boost, the one that's in there is the one they brought out for a very popular virus that's going around right now. They brought that out in June as a free for everyone. So every Healy gets that. And then in that program page, you'll also find Coherence, and it's also called Universal Love. Some people, I think Marcus Schmeike was trying to figure out whether to call it Coherence or Universal Love. So I have Coherence, but somebody posted on a Facebook page, Universal Love, and it has a heart in the center of the icon. So, but really what it is, it's the perfect,
Spread the love?
it's the perfect third and fifth in music. Those are the most harmonious chords of bringing everything together. And so that is the Hertz representation of the perfect third and fifths in music is what that is. Okay, what other questions do we have? Besides a lot.
Oh, if there's like this mother lost one of her twin babies and she couldn't supply a picture, the girl that knew her. So you could run it just from the birth date and the name of the baby, right?
Yep, you sure can.
Okay.
So then you'd have the name and then the birth date and the birthplace.
Okay, great.
Yep.
Thank you.
You bet.
I think we wore
Okay.
ourselves out.
What would you do when you have a group for the birth date? Would you just create the present date?
It doesn't show that. It says data foundation. So founding date. So when you type into each one, you'll see it gives you different parameters. So if you have a building, it'll ask you for the address and then longitude, latitude. So you just look that up on Google. You just go onto Google and say longitude, latitude, and you can find a place, a website that you can type in an address, and it'll give you the exact longitude and latitude for that particular address.
I do have one more question, and that is, how do you clear a house of, entities or whatever?
So I would first run a resonance scan. I'd put the house in as a client, and then I would run a resonance scan to find out what's showing up, what areas, and then I would probably run Bach remedies, Australian bush flowers, Alaskan gem elixirs. I'd probably do the I Ching because we're talking about a progression or a transferring of energy from one to the other, progression going through transformation. I'm sorry, I Ching. That's what that one is about. And then I probably would run vibrate chakras to the house for just from an energy perspective. So that's probably what I would do.
Thank you.
And so this is my mom's back office shop. See where it says account details here?
Yes.
Okay, but this is the address. This isn't partner.healyworld.net. I went to healyworld.net / I'll do it again so you can see it. So it is Healy World, if I can spell it right, healyworld.net. Sorry, now that people are watching me, healyworld.net / so it's going to be /en dash, and it's already autofilling US / partner. And then I put in Light Life because that's me. But it brought me back to my mom because I didn't click out it when I clicked over here. Oh, this since it's a new one, let's see what it does. If I say click log in, let me see if it takes me back. The cookies may take me back to my mom's.
I've noticed that happens sometimes. You really
It
have to-
does. You really have to watch your cookies. Okay, so it's doing the same thing here. But see where it says account details? Then if I'm not lying, it'll tell me right here. I can change the email address.
You can,
Right there.
under account details.
Under account details from the shop, not from the back office. You have to be in the shop, but yes.
You have to be in the shop. Okay, you better tell me that again. Sorry.
Okay, so let's do this.
And I am using the Edge now, since you recommended the Edge.
Yeah,
Is it
it's better.
only shows up if you're on, does
Yeah.
account details only show up if you're using the Edge?
It only shows up if you're coming in from the website and it dumps into your shop. So here I'm going to show you the links. This is just your back office. Let me go back to the dashboard so you can see where I'm starting from.
Gotcha.
So here's the back office, right?
Yep.
And then I go here to tools and here's my links. So if I click
Okay,
on that,
tools.
my tools and
Okay.
my links, it's going to show me here is the Healy shop. Now this one is German. We need to go to English, right? So that would be where I was. I like to put in the -US because it seems to default to that anyway. So all of this is how to get to my mom's website or her back office shop. Here is her website. So EN healyworld.net. See the difference? It's going to be healy.shop, right?
Oh.
The website's going to be
This is
Healy.
really, I'm confused, because a moment ago you went right into account details and that showed up.
Yeah, because I was up here in her shop. I typed in and I got to her shop.
Okay, shop was along the top.
I came in through her website actually. I typed in healyworld.net / NED US partner / and then I typed in, but I'll put NAP since that's where we're at. So here's her website. Okay. So this is
Yeah.
where she would send somebody to sign up.
Right.
And then I clicked login. And it took me here where I have account details. Opposed to, let's go here. Okay, right now we're in her back office and I'm in the tools section. So here's a shop link, a website link, and a roadshows they're not doing right now because of COVID. But here is her become a member. Right? Does that look familiar to you? Partner.healyworld.net / username.
Are you showing me two ways to do the same thing, or we have to do?
I'm just, before I get off this page, I'm showing you what's on my tools, my links.
Okay.
There's your shop address. If you want to just send somebody to your shop. If you want to send somebody to your website, that would be it with your username. And if you want to send somebody to become a member, there it is with you have put your username in.
Gotcha, easy.
Okay, so
Copy
this is
paste.
the links. This is just the links, but let's do this. Let's go to her shop from her dashboard. Let's go back so you know where we're starting from. Here's her back office. Here's her shop. So let's go there. Okay. So here we are. So now if I hit dashboard, because I'm in her shop now, it should take me to that dashboard. There's the account details. So you can get there two different ways.
Okay.
You can go through the website or you can go from the shop. You would just click dashboard.
Okay.
Actually, I'll show you how to clear cookies. So let me go to partner.healyworld.login right here. See the little lock?
Yeah.
You're going to click on that left click, see where it says cookies. Click on
Yeah.
that and then just remove. Now you've just eliminated any of the tie-ins to anything you've ever done.
So one of the questions was about constipation. So I didn't know how to answer that, but so their issues constipation. So that would that be something like, charging that bottle of something, and so whenever they
Sure.
use that
You
bottle.
could put one whole session in here of colon. You could put small intestine, meridian, you could put probably about 5 hours worth of frequencies in this bottle, and you could have the whole digestive system complete, and then tell them to take magnesium because
Nice.
that's
Okay.
probably what's happening.
Okay, gotcha.
But there's a
Thank you.
reason why they're not able to retain magnesium enough, aside from just bringing it into their diet. So there's probably a lot of other things. Constipation is one of those things that's like, I have a headache, what's the cause? There could be a lot of things. Constipation's kind of the same way. It could be a thyroid issue, it could be a gallbladder issue or a liver issue, just a digestive tract or a lack of minerals. So it just could be a lot of different things.
A lot of different things.
But
Okay,
probably
so-
what I would do is I would do large intestine in the bioenergetics too. So you're getting the colon, and then I would probably do small intestine and then maybe small intestine in the meridian.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's probably what I would do.
Okay. Thank you.
Maria, when they go to monthly subscriptions and we're grandfathered in for those
Mhm.
who have purchased their Healy,
Mhm.
in the future, whenever the warranty has run out and the Healy breaks and needs to be replaced, are we going to be able just to buy another Healy at whatever price, $350 or whatever? Or are we going to be like, I hate to use the word forced, but forced to go into monthly subscription?
Yeah. So what we have in our back office right now is the resonance that's attached to our business center. It just happens to be linked to the serial number of the unit we're using. So when we call and say, I lost my Healy, because you don't want to say outside your warranty, my device doesn't work anymore. Oh, I'm sorry, you must buy a new one. No, you're going to say with your fingers crossed behind your back, I lost my Healy. And they will deactivate that one and send you a new one with the current status of your back office, which is a residence that doesn't have a subscription. Does that make sense?
It sure does, and thank you very much. I lost my Healy. Okay.
I lost my Healy. Yeah, I just happened to lose it to non-function.
Sometimes you have to be creative whenever
Creative, yes.
when the rules are not reasonable.
Yep. And the nice thing is there's always these little loopholes that we can get around that are helpful. But I mean, yes, you're replacing your Healy for $350 as of now. That price may go up. I don't know. At some point it probably will, but $350 replaces your Healy. And then you can go ahead and it'll just be attached to your account. And I can't see them forcing us to do unless we have to purchase a new resonance specifically because we choose to, whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
another question came. Okay, if it occurs after warranty and you lost it, then they are replacing it and we have to pay for it because we're the ones that lost it.
Right, $350 replacement
Right.
value. Yes.
And if it comes after a monthly subscription, then the same thing would apply.
That's
That
what,
we would replace it because we lost it.
yep. And I don't know that 100%. But right now, what I do know is that whatever you've purchased is tied to your business center, and it's associated with the serial number on your Healy. So just changing the serial number should not change anything about what's going on in your back office and what you have purchased and where you're at in your standing and all of that. None of that should change. But if you have to buy a new residence, then all of a sudden you're now in a shopping cart that doesn't allow you to buy a residence without a subscription,
No. Oh,
right?
okay.
Because when
Yep.
they make the change, we're not going to be able to go to our shop and buy another residence with what we have now,
Gotcha.
right? So we're going to have to come at it as I lost my Healy, even if it's to function, I lost my Healy, and say I need a replacement. This is my old serial number. Can I please, let me know how to purchase the replacement?
Will they give you a new healing number with a new serial number?
Every Healy has a different serial number.
That's what I
Yes.
thought. Okay.
And if it's a residence, it will have a new master key. So you have to delete the old master key off your phone and out of your email and to receive the new one.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, I'm going to call this good. So
Thank you.
Google's your friend. So go Google away.
And we appreciate your friendship. We'll see you in
No
the.
problem. I appreciate all of you too. So you all have a great week and we'll see you on Tuesday. Email us if you feel like you need anything further and beyond, and we'll help where we can. Love you all. Take care. Have a great night.